More Americans are souring on the idea of giving money to Ukraine. Let's get into the article. Opposition to U.S. spending on Ukraine grows, according to a poll, with Republicans souring on Washington's blank check for Kiev. Fewer respondents to a Pew survey now think it should give more. A growing number of Americans believe that the U.S. is sending too much aid to Ukraine, with more than a quarter saying that the administration of President Joe Biden is being too generous, according to a new Pew Research poll. The percentage of those who believe that Washington should increase its military and economic aid has halved over the last year. Published on Tuesday, that's yesterday, the poll found that 26% of Americans now say that the U.S. is giving too much aid, up from just 7% last March, while 20% of respondents said that the U.S. should give more, and 31% say that the amount is, quote, about right. The findings show a dramatic change since March of last year, when 42% told Pew that they felt the U.S. wasn't doing enough for Ukraine. In the months since that first poll, the U.S. has substantially increased its assistance to Kiev and now has allocated more than $110 billion. More than $110 billion. That's 1/10 of $1 trillion, people, in military and economic aid. Doled out in successive packages, Washington's efforts to bankroll Ukraine's military has seen anti-air systems, armored vehicles, and more than 1 million artillery shells delivered to the country, with Biden pledging to keep the arms flowing, quote, for as long as it takes. That's unacceptable. We have so much infrastructure issues. We have so much poverty, homelessness here in the United States. We have so much problems with people living paycheck to paycheck. We have so much issues with people not being trained adequately, or jobs not training people adequately, if at all. We have so much issues here in the United States that some of which can be fixed with $110 billion, including clean water in Flint, Michigan, and Mississippi, and in other places throughout the country, with infrastructure and water and other issues. $110 billion to continue and prolong this war. The bulk of this aid has been funded by two mammoth spending bills passed by Congress, a $40 billion bill passed in May, and a $1.7 trillion government spending bill in December that included another $47 billion for Ukraine. While Republican leadership supported these bills, a small number of GOP lawmakers close to former President Donald Trump condemned Biden and his Democrat colleagues for spending too much on a foreign conflict, arguing that the money would be better spent shoring up the American economy and tightening border security. I agree with them on the American economy. I disagree with them on tightening the border security, and I also disagree with them on not criticizing their own political party mates, the GOP, people of the Republican Party, who also supported and passed these bills. Why didn't you go after your own political party mates who supported and passed these bills? Why are you just singling out the Democrats? Republican voters are more likely to oppose aid to Ukraine, with 40% saying that the U.S. is giving too much and 17% calling for more. Only 15% of Democrats think Biden should reduce U.S. aid, while 23% think the cash flow to Ukraine should increase. So those are my thoughts on this issue. What do you guys think? If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, leave a like. Let me know what you think about this. Should the United States continue to fund the Ukraine either militarily or financially? What do you think there? If you're listening to this on the podcast, tweet me. Let me know what you think about this story there. Take care.